What is up, everybody? Renfail here once again with some more EverQuest news. And it's not only EverQuest 2 that's getting a producer's letter update for April. Also, today, April 5th, 2023, we just got an update from the producers for EverQuest, the original EQ, not the EQ2 version. And there's a bunch of information here about the roadmap that they've been working on for 2023, plus the announcement that they have a special type of progression server launching with a really different type of rule set that is intriguing to say the very least. I'm not doing any EverQuest TLP stuff this year, but it does sound intriguing, so we're going to read through that. By the way, I love this piece of concept art here. It shows a lot of the classic elements from EverQuest. You've got the entrance to Blackburrow, Caledon, you got some of the wizard spires up there, Druid rings, Kelethin. There's sort of they've packed everything, and maybe even that's Felwith up there on the side. I'm not quite sure. And then it looks like Kinos here. Maybe that's Freeport, but I think it's Kinos. Anyway, this piece of art I really like. Got some cool stuff here. It really invokes a sense of nostalgia, which is what keeps people coming back to EverQuest year after year after year. Anyway, some brief updates. Let's see. In the first paragraph here, they talk about how 2023 roadmap, some of the things we've already accomplished. We unlocked all the Night Shadow raids, added new content, the Roll C Day event, shipped new content for Brew Day, and celebrated the 24th anniversary. Who is biting my legs? Smeagol. He's yeah, my cat's wanting to go out, I think, but we'll see if he can withstand for a few minutes while I record this. It says if you haven't gotten all your party gifts, be sure to log in before April 20th. As we embrace springtime and move forward. Here's some stuff that they've completed, which they already talked about. It says here we get to share with you what's happening in the coming weeks and months. First, the new UI engine is almost here. Now, I know this is a big thing that a lot of people talked about when it first was announced. They're like, oh my God, a new UI is coming. And that's not actually what's happening. It's a new UI engine, which is not quite the same thing. But it talks here about they're getting ready to launch with the engine running with a few windows already ported over, which is going to make sure that the base of the engine works and is hooked up with everything as it should be. Once that's stable, they're going to continue to then port over the remaining windows until every part of the original engine has been ported over. This porting process is expected to take a while, and please note that they don't have any timelines associated with any of that because they don't want to actually shoot themselves in the foot. Says, secondly, the Tempest Festival will receive new content. June will see the return of Pride Month familiars with a new set of friends. So it says, upcoming later this year. In April, the new UI engine initial launch with the full engine launch with some of the windows ported to the new engine. Then in May, new content for Tempest Festival. And this is the thing that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. The new evolving rule set progression server called Oakwynd. Then in June, new Pride Month familiars. And then throughout the year, more windows to the new UI engine get ported over and zone performance improvements. So here's the info on this. It says, what many of you have been waiting for, which is our brand new progression server named Oakwynd, which is going to be launching on May 24th, 2023 at noon Pacific as an evolving rule set progression server. Now, I don't think I've heard that term before, so I'm intrigued by what they mean by that. It says, what does that mean? They ask. Well, as mentioned in passing before, this will be a truly experimental year. It starts out with a launch with something we call legacy characters and encounter locking. Then at each expansion unlock, an additional bonus will be added to the server. Note the details of these rules are under development and may change before release. Okay, so it says first and foremost, legacy characters will allow your characters on the same account on the server to receive a semi-permanent experience bonus. When you reach max level with a character, that account then receives an experience bonus for any other characters on that server, i.e., when a player has one max level character, the account receives a 10% experience bonus to other characters. If you have two max level characters, 20% experience bonus. The bonus caps at 100% bonus. So if you had 10 characters at the cap, you would get a 100% experience bonus to the 11th character. However, when the server's level cap increases, players lose the buff until they get characters back to the max level again, and then the bonus starts again at 10% per character. So that's really for the people who just like to go nuts and level lots of different characters. It says here, though, this server will be our first attempt at encounter locking. In short, once an NPC is engaged, it will be locked to that character, group, or raid. Characters not part of the lock cannot contribute damage. Spells from outside characters will not land on the NPC. If an actively locked NPC loses aggro for a short period of time, the NPC will go home, reset, then unlock. I'm intrigued by that, but I think it would be better, and this is just my opinion. I'm a big fan of the way they do it in modern MMOs these days, like Elder Scrolls Online or World of Warcraft, where we've gotten rid of the idea of tagging altogether, and it's just even Lord of the Rings Online does this these days as well. It's open mob, so if you do damage to it or you interact with it in some way, it doesn't matter who you are, who did it first, or anything like that. Everyone gets credit. Everyone gets kill credit. Everyone gets quest credit. Everyone gets, loot off of it and everything else. I much prefer that system for the sheer sake of allowing everyone to progress without there being any sort of blocking that's happening because, oh, so and so got there first and now we have to wait. I understand why they're doing encounter locking because one of the big issues, big issues on the progression servers is competition for named mobs and raid mobs, and there have been numerous because there are no camps anymore. Camps are not recognized officially by Daybreak, so it doesn't matter if you're there first or not. If you're camping a named mob and you engage with it, and another group comes along and does more damage than you, then you're screwed. And so it's always been this thing of like, you just have to deal with it. So encounter locking is going to work towards combating that issue, and I think that that's fine. I think it's a step towards um, a solution. It is a solution, but I question whether or not it's the best solution. I personally would rather see the open tagging system that ESO, Lord of the Rings Online, and World of Warcraft use, where you know. If we're all here, we might as well all get credit for it. Who cares who was there first, as opposed to locking it down? But at least it's a solution in the right direction, so I can applaud that at the very least. I clicked on something I shouldn't click on. There we go. All right. Back to the evolving part. It says for each expansion unlock, we're planning on adding the following benefits to the server. Each benefit will add to the existing instead of replacing the benefits active unless it's a higher value. For example, using the list below with the Scars of Elias unlocks legacy characters and counter locking 100% 20% will already be unlocked. Okay. So on the Runes of Kunarchy, you get a loot modifier and a 125% bonus. Scars of Elias has a faction modifier of 120% bonus. Shadows of Luklin is an AA modifier of 124%. Planes of Power is 150% coin drop modifier. Legacy of Keisha adds lowered spawn times on all NPCs. So this just sounds like a whole bunch of random things they're adding. And again, it does say up here, where did they say it? Note, the details of these rules are under development and may change before release. So it sounds to me like it's just some random things they've chose to add, and then as they get deeper into it, it looks like they begin to increase the bonuses, 200%, 300%, 200%, so on and so forth. I said, other than that, Oakwynd will have the standard unlock schedule as many other progression servers. This is where new expansions unlock automatically after every 8 to 12 weeks, with the air expansions unlocking faster. So 8 weeks to Runes of Kunark, which is way too long. They need to do it 4 weeks. 8 weeks to Scars of Velis. Honestly, 8 weeks is way too long. Having just played through whatever was the last one they did last year, I played fairly casually. I leveled 3 characters to 50 before we ever even got to Kunark. And I felt like it was way too long. Like 4 weeks is more than enough time to allow you to get at least 2 characters to 50 if you're playing somewhat regularly, because of all the XP bonuses and pots and everything else you're getting. It does not take long to level up at all. But in any case, they've got an 8-week schedule here, and then until Planes of Power and Legacy Keisha then is 12 weeks for Lost Dungeons and Wrath, and then 4 weeks after that for Gates of Score. And it says after this point, schedule becomes consistent every 12 weeks. And then it is a true box server. Only one EQ client may be run per computer until Omens of War. Then you get 3 clients per PC. And then when Buried Sea unlocks, true box is removed. And they are also hiring. Looks like they're we are a content creation guild in San Diego server. We are Monday through Friday. That's funny. And we use a DPH dollars per hour loot system. Currently looking for systems designers and artists. Cool. Says here to close the producer's letter, we have to acknowledge the 24th anniversary. What a thrill to celebrate 24 years of EverQuest. Fun fact, a 25th year anniversary is also referred to as a quadricentennial, although we probably won't be using that term next year. Check the roadmap for more information on all the things that are happening between now and then. That's the news. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Drop your support down below in the form of a membership. You can do super chats and super thanks on videos and uploads. Don't forget YouTube Shorts as well. Don't forget the Patreon page where we have our tabletop game, point and click adventure game book series, our Discord server, and I'll see everybody in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everybody. Peace.